Okay, what's going on, people? So I'm gonna start this off with, I know nobody's gonna give a shit. Um, I'm when it comes to Twitch or YouTube, I'm essentially a nobody. That's fine. This video will be put up after the full campaign is put up. Obviously, I've done a lot since then. We're almost level 55 here. But I want to talk about the game and what I think of it as a massive Diablo fan. Okay. Here you can look at my stuff if you want. So I love Diablo, right? The only game I have not played fully is Diablo 1. Diablo 2 came out when I was what, 11 years old, somewhere around there. And I don't remember actually what made me want to get the game. I just remember I got it for my birthday, and my best friend at the time, I convinced him to get it as well, and we played the hell out of Diablo 2. Such a fantastic game. And the disturbing part of the fact that Diablo 3 came out right after I graduated. This is why I'm disturbed by the fact that there's the time between Diablo 2 and Lord of Destruction, obviously, and Diablo 3 is the same amount of time, if not slightly longer than Diablo 3, Diablo 4. That's disturbing. Diablo 3 it doesn't feel like Diablo 3 came out that long ago, but it did. So Diablo 4, the good and the bad, what I've liked, what I've disliked, right off the bat. And again, let me point out that I've only really played the sorcerer / sorceress. I haven't really played the other classes yet. I played in the beta. I did play the beta. I played all the classes, and then when they're like, oh hey, after however, I don't remember how much time passed when they're like, oh hey, here's the other two classes. I didn't play. The only thing I haven't really played, honestly, is the Druid and Rogue. I haven't really played anything of them. I played the Rogue a little bit and I got kind of bored after like level 5. Druid I'd never touched. So there's that. I've played the Sorcerer. And with the Sorcerer I have gone and I started this off with the Chain Lightning build, as I went over change up chargeables. We did the Chain Lightning build, and then I essentially moved to the Arclash build, which is pretty awesome. Now they did nerf this down to 0.15 seconds, and honestly it's not that big of a nerf, not a big deal. Honestly, I enjoy it. Now, I do subs, 2 subs, a few skill points to get. We have this one, that one, and that one, so we still have 3 skill points to grab. Not a big deal. Gameplay-wise, this game is fantastic. Like, let's just start right off the bat with that. This game is fantastic. For the people who are hating on this game, honestly, you're you're an idiot. Like, this game is great. That's not to say I haven't had issues with it. I'm not saying the game is perfect. No, I don't think I've ever played a perfect game before. But this game is great. It's a lot of fun. Again, I haven't even touched on a lot of shit. Like, here's my current map. I just went through and did most of the stuff here. The only thing I'm missing here, obviously, are some of the, I still have to do a lot of these, and I think it's all the ones that say, I think I've done that one. I think the ones that actually say like first time, like that, like or not first. I'm not sure. It says I have 9 left. Let's see, 9. Maybe there are those. There's a lot over here I haven't done. So okay, let's see, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. They even count that right? Yeah, 6. That was not part of it. 7, 8, and naturally I'm somehow missing. That's not a big deal. Later. But no wait, this is part of it. Okay, so there we go. There's the 9th one. Fall off. Anyway, I just went through and basically did most stuff here. I still have 2 random side quests to find at some point, which isn't a big deal. It's whatever. But then we come to these. So, as you can see, we haven't done a shitload of stuff. We can just go through this. So, Fractured Peaks. So here we have 2 waypoints to get. We haven't done any of the strongholds. We still have 20 plus side quests to do. We have all the side dungeons. We have pretty much all the altars of Lilith. Some areas to discover. Here, found just over half the areas. Pretty much no side dungeons. Pretty much no Lilith stuff. No side quests done yet. No strongholds, and 4 out of 6 waypoints. It's not any better here, and it's slightly better on this one. There's still so much for me to do. so much. This is why I laughed at a guy on Reddit who's like, oh, I'm level 54 and I don't know what to do anymore. Okay. um, let's talk about story though. So the story here is essentially, I actually don't know if we actually saw the cutscene of it happening. I don't remember. Maybe it happened when we launched the game. I just kind of skipped it, but you have the cutscene of some pale dude summoning Lilith, right? And the entire thing is basically they're trying to end the eternal conflict. That's what Lilith is here to do. Her entire thing, obviously, is she causes hatred. She is the daughter of Mephisto, who is the Lord of Hatred, and she is literally going through and basically trying to end the eternal conflict. And her plan is to, by the way, massive spoilers here. I'm going to put that in the title. Her plan is to literally absorb Mephisto. He is currently reforming. He is not fully powered, and she has the capability of basically absorbing him and basically becoming the new Lord of Hatred. And annoyingly, that's one issue I'm going to have with the game, is that we don't really get to make a choice. You know, it's basically like, oh hey, Lilith is bad, we got to stop her. Anarius is honestly pointless in this game. Like, I was kind of excited because the beta, the beta, not to mention you very quickly meet Anarius in this game in Act 1, and then you don't see him again for the rest of the game. I wish I was kidding. This supposed name, like, again, for people who don't know this backstory, Anarius is the father and Lilith is the mother of Sanctuary. The reason we exist, the reason this whole world exists, all these people exist, is because of those two. Anyway, Anarius really doesn't do a whole lot. He is trying to get back into heaven. That's a whole ordeal. And he thinks that stopping Lilith will help. Doesn't. And she kills him. Big whoop. Honestly, I didn't care. the cutscene was pretty badass, though. My only issue, though, is that as we're getting further in, we end up getting to talk with Mephisto, which is pretty cool. And he's basically trying to convince us, hey, I want to help you stop Lilith. And we end up, taking his help, and we stop Lilith, blah, 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 blah. My issue with this is that, what if I wanted to not stop Lilith? What if I wanted to join her? Like, fuck it, let's join her and, recreate the world. Can't do it, unfortunately. That's the only downside I have, is the fact that we don't really get the choice to do anything. This is how it happens. It's kind of like, but it's neither here nor there. So act bosses. This is a big one for me, because I want to be wowed by act bosses, right? Diablo 2, you have Andariel, which you get in there and she's just spraying poison everywhere, and she looks badass. Act 2, you get Duriel, pretty badass still. Giant slug, he slows you the fuck down, and it's annoying as hell. Act 3, we get Mephisto, and he's a pain in the ass. Powerful lightning. Also, if you're close enough, he hits you with cold, but other than that, he shoots lightning at you most of the time. Act 4, we got Diablo himself, pretty badass. And Act 5, we get Baal, pretty cool. In Diablo 3, we deal with the Butcher, a mecha-sized version of him. Then we get Belial, Asmodean, and then again, obviously, Diablo. And then we got Malthael in the later act. Now, this game, so the beta gave us the first act boss, which I was kind of disappointed by. I mean, he's a cool design and everything. I just didn't expect him to be the final boss. That's the only thing that bothered me. But it was still a fun fight, and it was still enjoyable. Act 2, we get a pretty sweet boss, but I was let down because of the fact that he's riding a giant hellhound, basically like a multi-headed hellhound. It's pretty sweet looking. Not to mention they hyped him up in this game. They kept talking about him. They kept bringing him up. Oh, she's trying to get to Astaroth, and oh, we had to put him in a soul stone, and oh, he was so terrible, and oh, blah blah blah, and he was just kind of I'm trying to remember what the hell it's something about he likes to basically just burn shit, which is cool. But when they hyped him up, and then once he rides around on the, we're gonna call it a hellhound. He rides around on a, just attacks you with the Hellhound. I honestly assumed we were gonna kill the Hellhound and then he would like kind of like just jump off and attack us, so like it'd be a 2-stage thing. Nope. You defeat him and that's it. I was like, oh, okay. And now obviously again major spoilers here. The really cool thing is we do get to fight Ondariel and Duriel. I did not expect both. It was already kind of spelled that Duriel was coming back in the game, and that was kind of cool. And then it turns out that like, oh, they're actually trying to summon the Maid of Anguish. And I was like, oh, so we're gonna get Ondariel maybe, or maybe something happens, screws up, or whatever. No, we get her, and then we also get Duriel later on. We also fight a Shava later on too, which is pretty cool. Honestly, so pretty much just Act 1 and 2 bosses are kind of like eh, and after that everything's just pretty awesome. Like, loved it all. And not to mention the areas themselves, so I don't care for a Fractured Peak, because obviously we played this in the beta, we played this in the Service Lamp, I got tired of it. And again, I have not played most of this. Most of this was me running through it. Same with this. This was all me just running to the main quests. That's why I haven't touched anything over here, haven't been anywhere over here yet. Haven't been anywhere over here. Like, there's a lot of untouched stuff. But anyway, I will say the final boss fight was fun. Was not expecting that. And then the story ends. Now, I will say, the story ends fine. I like how the story ends. Essentially, Mephisto is out there now. Kind of. He's in a Soul Stone, but let's be honest, Soul Stones do not work. So that brings me to 2 problems I've had. One, the stupidness of, hey, let's try and put Lilith in a Soul Stone. Why? Doesn't do anything. It's not going to do anything. Us killing her, by the way, doesn't do anything either. It sends her back to either the Abyss or the Black something. Can't remember. There's 2 different places that they go. But she'll respawn eventually, which is cool. Hopefully we see her again. So the whole idea of trapping Lilith is just stupid. What happens when you trap her? She's going to corrupt it and escape. That's how it happens. The other issue I have, and this is a bigger issue, because I'm going to post this around everywhere I can, because I hate this. So many people bitch about how Deckard Cain was killed in Diablo 3. Oh, he got killed by a butterfly lady. It doesn't make sense. Guys, Magda was a powerful mage. Powerful witch, however you want to say it. She was a powerful witch who followed a lesser evil, Belial, which people get confused about this too. The lesser evils, the only thing that's more powerful than them are the greater evils. So Azmodan, Belial, Andariel, Duriel, they are powerful as hell. They are very powerful demons. The only ones stronger than them are Mephisto, Diablo, and Baal. Seriously. So, a witch who is following Belial, she's given a lot of power for that. Deckard Cain dying to her is not that big of a deal. He was gonna die eventually. Let's just fucking deal with that. There's no way he was making it to Diablo 4. This game takes place 50 years later. Donan deserved better. The fact that he died that way, and if you rewatch the scene from my campaign video, just like the last video, you can see how pissed off I was. Basically, we are in hell. I'm going to explain this for you guys in case nobody wants to actually go back and watch that video. We're in hell. We're literally like, it's the last moments before we actually travel to the Cathedral of Hatred. We're in hell, and there's these like pillars that have like trapped souls on them. They kind of like wiggle around and stuff, whatever, right? He basically kind of is just like standing near one, like he's about to like sit down or something, and one of the trapped soul, one of these souls that's just like hanging off, literally just like reaches out and grabs at him, and is able to just basically fucking punch a hole in his chest. Essentially, it just attacks him, like shoves his hand in it, and he only obviously takes his mace and fucking whaps the thing. I was like, are you fucking serious? I'm like, is this how he's gonna die? It is. He dies essentially due to blood loss because he was too close to one of those random souls fucking stuck to a pillar. That's how he died. This is the guy who helped. This is one of the Haradrim, one of the final Haradrim, and he helped to make. He's the one who did the Soul Stone for us, and he dies that way. Are you serious? Like, I don't know what the writers were thinking. Were they just trying to piss us off, or at least piss me off? I don't know. what's funny is I don't think I've seen anyone talk about it. I'm like, how is no one talking about this? Did people just skip these cutscenes? Probably. Which is why I question how they knew about Decker Gang, because everyone just skips this shit. But yeah, don't indict like that was stupid. Um, those are my only two concerns about the game, honestly, about the story. The Soulstone bullshit. Stop with the Soulstones; they don't work. And then Donan's death. Actually, you know what? Let's add a third one. The fact that we don't really get any angels, I'm curious about it. So, essentially, the High Heavens are a wreck, but like, is Tyrael still alive? As far as I know, he became the Angel of Wisdom, but he's still mortal or some shit. I don't know. It was weird. Like we've seen an image where like they show the High Heavens are basically like burning and stuff. So are the angels just all gone? I don't think so, because then the eternal conflict will be over. But they didn't give a shit about Narius. This is where I assume seasons are going to come in and we're going to get more info about it, which I'm excited about. But we really didn't get anything from the angels, which is kind of interesting. So I want to know more about that. That's what I can't wait for. It's going to be interesting. Other than that, you know, moving past the story, the story was still great. Loved it all for the most part. But now we get in. So let's get into gameplay. Again, I love it for sure. So like one of the big things obviously is the Whispers of the Dead. So all these these one grim flavor. This gives 5. So basically, I can complete this and I can complete these 4, and then I could find another one of those to complete, or we could just do this, and then we could just go and do this, and that would be 10 favors, and then we can turn them in, and we get shit, right? Actually, we already have one, so we would just do these 4, or 5, these 4 and that one. But, or no. 5. Yeah, that's right, yeah, okay. Yeah, there's so much to do. And do we have a world boss happening soon? I don't think so. There is something that happens up here that I'm tired of doing. I've done too many times. It's just kind of boring now. But yeah, like I said, there's just so much to do in this game. There really is. And like obviously I still have a bunch of renown to get and all this stuff. And yeah, I have a lot of side quests to do. Which is the big thing. Again, so I have 2 side quests left. I don't know where the fuck they are right now. That bothers me. But honestly, it's not a big deal. I don't need them all, because you don't need to finish all of them. You really don't. As you can tell, we claimed all these, and I still have 2 here, and I still have all the side dungeons. You don't have to do them all. You can, but you don't have to. See, other than that, this is honestly a great game. And the people who are anyone who's gonna bitch about this game, you're an idiot. Like I said, I've already seen a post of something like, oh, I'm level 54, I have my full build, I have blah blah blah, I don't know what else to do. You're level 54, so you haven't even done this yet, because this is a capstone dungeon. It literally gets you to world tier 4. So he's not even a world tier 4 yet, and he's just like, I don't know what to do. Do everything you haven't done. Like, I don't know how somebody is so confused of what to do next. Like, there's so much to do. This is a huge map. So it's just laughable that people are just this stupid. But it is what it is, I guess. Not to mention, this is also just me playing my first character, as I pointed out. First character. Like, I can't wait to play more. I really can't. So this game is phenomenal. Not to mention, when the first season starts, that means a new character. I can't wait to see that, because obviously right now people are marching it to 100. And I'm curious if they're going to keep doing that every season or not, but whatever. And let me add this, for the people who are huge Llama fanboys, like, don't get me wrong, dude, I love watching Llama. He is, when it comes to Diablo 2, he's one of the best. When it comes to any other Diablo game, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, ever. Like right now, I checked his stream, I think, earlier today. Maybe it was yesterday, I don't know. He looked exhausted, so I don't know if he was just, like, tired, or if I don't know. But the amount of people, I saw one guy in his comment, or in his chat, just constantly saying, oh, just refunding the game, and then he literally, I guess he went to his email or something, or I think he went to his Battle.net or something like that, because he like copy pasted the whole like item for whatever kind of thing, you know, refunded. And he's like, yep, I refunded it. I'm like, we get it, you refunded it. Good for you. I'm sorry, if you're a Diablo fan and you don't enjoy this game, I don't know what you're doing wrong. Like, if you're a Diablo fan, you're gonna like this game. But Llama is very much a Diablo 2 person. And, I mean, you can have criticism of the game, that's fine. I have criticism of the game, that's okay. But he takes it to the next level of going, oh, well, I don't like this compared to Diablo 2, and this compared to Diablo 2 is terrible, and this is compared to Diablo 2, and it's like, yes, when you compare it to a game that you've been playing for 20 plus years, you're going to find things that you don't like because you have been playing a game for 20 fucking years. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's just hilarious. And naturally, if you go to his channel, you're gonna just see a bunch of people disagreeing with him how the game is terrible and everything. It's like, so don't play it. Like, really, I don't get the point. Like, he's not gonna stay on this game. He won't. And I don't know why he's even bothering. Oh wait, yes I do, because he's getting views for it. He's gonna play the game because it's new. He's getting the views, then he's gonna go back to Diablo 2. He's not gonna play this game anymore. But yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna rage about that. This game, if you are a Diablo fan, you're gonna love this game. It's as simple as that. Again, I've only played one class. I can't wait to play the rest. This game is amazing. I'm actually wondering too. Let me see real quick if this actually does actually say how many hours I have on the character. I don't think it does. I assume this is just to move them or something. Not really sure. You can zoom. That's kind of cool. What that is. I think that's gonna be my only issue is I can't actually see. I can't actually see how much time I have on it, which is kind of sucks. Also, we have the puppy. We have the cute little puppy. So we're gonna end on that note. The cute puppy is the only reason you ever need to play this game.